What is going on, guys and girls? It's Ghost Robo. The big show is less than 7 weeks away. 2016's Gaming Spectacular is right around the corner. Rumors are starting to heat up, leaks are beginning to spill, and here I am with my top 5 E3 predictions. Both Gears of War and God of War are historically major tentpole franchises for their respective hardware manufacturers, but how much will they really move the needle this generation? Not quite sure. We've seen a lot of Gears 4 in the form of trailers, some single-player gameplay last E3, and now the recent multiplayer beta, but does it have the same oomph and gusto that it did in the last console cycle? I'm not quite sure. This time we follow the next generation of COG soldiers facing off against a new but familiar looking foe with very similar weapon sets and a multiplayer we've seen before. How well can Gears 4 carry Microsoft's fall 2016 lineup? I don't see it being the #1 title. I have to imagine Xbox has something else up their sleeves or shifting release dates around, because Halo Wars 2, a new Forza, and Gears 4 doesn't really ring victory when it comes to that Black Friday weekend, so hopefully they'll unveil something else. Both of these franchises suffered from the pseudo-fourth game misstep in the form of Judgment and Ascension. God of War will look to get back to its God of War 3 days, where spectacle was king, and what better way to showcase the new PS4 Neo, PS4K than a beautiful Kratos adventure with stunning kills, crazy cinematics, and humongous foes. Rumors and leaks seem to place Kratos in Norse mythology this time around, which I think is a welcome change. Another game in the traditional Greek role would have been nauseating. This time, though, I can see this working better than Gears 4. I feel like character action is a beloved genre, but one that is less explored than the third-person shooter. And since Gears does not seem to be switching too many things up, I wouldn't be surprised to see God of War 4 come out as the better of these two long-standing giants once E3 is over. Speaking of that new PlayStation 4, we will not just get one hardware revision this E3. I believe Microsoft will come in with their own new box as well. Now, if it is a souped-up version just like the PS4K, or a slimline Xbox One, I'm not quite sure, but when a company has a chance to put new plastic out there, they will jump at it, a way to lower the price of the current model, increase the price of the new model. Everybody wins. Old customers can become new again. People who have not made the transition will feel more inclined, and all in all, it makes Microsoft seem far more competitive if they come out with a box as well. Remember, Nintendo is looking to release something brand new, so it only makes sense that Sony and Microsoft want to get in on this action. Plus, the VR on the PlayStation side may demand it, and who knows, perhaps Microsoft will announce some sort of partnership with Oculus to bring that to console in some fashion. They already partnered with them in the form of a wireless controller in the retail Rift units, but we shall see more on that front. I do believe we don't need to wait and see on the hardware revisions. You're going to get one from each of the major console manufacturers. Rockstar or 2K, I am not so sure, but I feel like we've got to get something big from Take-Two. Red Dead Redemption on a next gen seems to be the thinking right about now. A new game in that franchise would probably be received with exceptional hype, but Rockstar doesn't like to do a whole lot at E3. I can't see Take-Two just leaving the show with 2K17s and Mafia 3, especially since Mafia 3 has started to drop quite a bit recently. I played it myself a few weeks back, so maybe a new BioShock, perhaps the Borderlands 3 announcement we're inevitably going to receive soon enough, or a brand new IP from Rockstar themselves. What will it be? I don't know, but look for Take-Two to drop something major. Sequelitis is typically a disease, but this E3, I think it will be much more of a cure. Look for a lot of numbered titles to really step their game up, whether it's Titanfall 2, Mass Effect Andromeda, the new Legend of Zelda, or even Watch Dogs 2. I expect these titles to all significantly up the scale, scope, and sweetness of their respective franchises. I think we get great entries in the FPS genre from Titanfall 2 with a campaign and a renewed focus and idea of what the consumer base wants. Mass Effect Andromeda takes advantage of the next-gen hardware to really power a more incredible open-world space epic. The Legend of Zelda goes open-world itself and delivers a new experience in a tired franchise. And then Watch Dogs 2 refines what was a solid underlying foundation the first trip around, and just like Assassin's Creed 2, will look to really level their game up this time in San Francisco. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me thrice? Not gonna happen. After 2 more adventurous outings with the Wii and Wii U, look for Nintendo to double down and go all in on their brand new NX console. I fully expect this to steal the show of E3 2016 and deliver an unprecedentedly awesome lineup of games and a launch lineup that is the best we've seen in decades. They'll bring third parties back into the fold with epic titles like Titanfall 2, Call of Duty, Mass Effect Andromeda, as well as a first-party fiesta of Mario, The Legend of Zelda, Luigi's Mansion, up-res versions of Splatoon, Mario Maker, Super Smash Bros. Microsoft and Sony will not be able to compete with the collection of games on display. It probably won't do VR, it probably won't do 4K, but I think the NX will finally deliver on gamers' wishes and make everyone happy to be a Nintendo player once again. With a new president after the sort of dismal failure of Wii U, I think Nintendo really gets it this time around, and while they may go a little goofy on the controller, don't expect it to be too gimmicky. Instead, think of it as a futuristic piece of tech that will help you play the best games, not just from Nintendo, but from all the platforms. If they can come in competitively with price, it may steal the holiday shopping season as well, especially if Microsoft and Sony's revisions don't really impress us all that much. Thank you guys so much for watching my predictions for E3 2016. I'll be back with a lot more coverage leading up to the show, as well as tons of coverage at the actual show, press conferences, and gameplay demos galore. If you guys have any predictions of your own, let me know in the comments down below. Give this video a big thumbs up if you had fun. Hopefully, you're having a fantastic day. Hopefully, you're super pumped for E3. I foresee this being an absolutely fantastic one. So until that time, everybody, thanks again for watching. I love you all. Drink some hot chocolate, and we will see you all